Yo, 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 what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your astrology forecast for Hump Day! Wednesday, March 13th, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful start to your week. I'm getting this out a little bit late, so forgive me. But I did do a tarot and oracle card reading for the 12 signs for each of the zodiac signs. So if you haven't already, be sure to check those out on my YouTube channel. Like I said, you can check for your sun, moon, rising, check Mercury, Venus, Mars, or you want to just check for your family and friends or want to just party with that sign, be sure to check out those videos. I just dropped them yesterday. So in any event, let's go ahead and hop into these astrological transits for today so we can see how you can be better prepared to navigate these celestial energies. Um, I guess I'll go ahead and bring this up today. Like, it's going to be a building energy kind of day, if you will. The moon's going to conjunct Jupiter. I think it'll get to Uranus. It should get to Uranus, but we'll definitely check that out. Now, we're also going to see the moon make some sextiles. It's going to make a sextile over to Saturn as well. But we still have all this energy pretty much coalesced into one area of the zodiac. So we're not going to see like a whole lot going on. But like I said, we do have a lot of building, budding energy, if you will. So let's go ahead and bring up the chart for you guys. All right, cool. So I have this set for 10:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, this is getting it out a little bit late, but forgive me. We do have the moon over here, exalted in Taurus, here at 8 degrees of Taurus. Is getting ready to conjunct Jupiter today. This moon is definitely going to be helpful to kind of ground out a lot of this energy that we've been feeling. We have Venus has now moved into Pisces. That's bringing up a nice little stellium with Saturn, the Sun, and Neptune. This, of course, the Sun and Neptune are coming closer and closer together, which is definitely causing some intensity. And we do have Mercury over here in Aries now, wanting to think forward, move things forward. It's a little bit more on the impulsive side, and it's good. It's good to kind of have that kind of energy with all of this water. But I think it's also good that emotionally we can be a little bit more grounded in Taurus and be able to, I guess you would say, be able to, you know, handle all these energies that are coming in because it's a lot. It's a lot to have all of this energy pressured into one spot. We have, of course, Mars here in Aquarius, and then we have all that energy, Pisces and Aries. So it's like all this energy within these four signs, and then everything else is just the asteroids, right? So and then of course the south node. Now, as we move this forward, we're going to see, of course, that moon is going to conjunct Jupiter today. And that's really the main aspect of the day is the conjunction to Jupiter. It does create like a nice little grand earth trine between Juno and Ceres as well. So that's something to consider. Juno, of course, which is opposing Saturn as well at 11 degrees. So it kind of creates a bit of like a loose kite, if you will. You can see this triangle right here, and then you can see Ceres and sextile to Saturn, and you can see the moon and Jupiter also in sextile to Saturn, albeit not exact, but with Jupiter being such a large planet and with Saturn being such a large planet, their orbs of influences are actually pretty large. So you can pretty much consider this to be a grand Earth trine. And we've been getting a lot of these grand Earth trines, right? We've been getting a lot of them. And I think this is actually a very powerful thing because in order to kind of, ground and really kind of, ground like this new vibration that we're bringing onto this planet, Earth is going through. This is sort of like these contraction moments for the Earth, trying to be able to take in these energies and be able to like really implement them, if you will. So, of course, Juno, yeah, represents marriage in many ways, but also represents commitment And with it being here in Virgo, this is about, what is our commitment to in she's retrograde. So what is our commitment to our day-to-day reality? Are we committed to service to others? Are we committed to our spiritual service because it's in opposition to Saturn? Is it spiritual in nature? And of course, you have Black Moon Lilith there, which, yeah, can definitely cause some doubts and some fears that maybe what we are providing, or causing fear of the things that we're committed to, are these the right things? Then you have Ceres over there, whose symbol looks like a sickle. This is over here in Capricorn, wanting to, these are like the little mini harvests, if you will. And being over here in Capricorn, yeah, this is definitely going to bring up things like career and legacy, but in many ways, purpose, especially in sextiles to Saturn and Pisces, like your spiritual purpose, if you will. And then, of course, with that moon and Jupiter and Taurus, Jupiter is wanting to expand upon our value, wanting us to really see our value and really hold that vision. And then, of course, the moon there is just kind of amplifying the energy emotionally. So there's definitely going to be some focuses when it comes to our value, our worth, and whether or not the things that we're doing, are they spiritual in nature? Are we in service to humanity in some sort of way? Or are the things that we're doing, are they a detriment to humanity? Are we robbing humanity of their people's ability to make something of themselves or do something for themselves? You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where we are Wednesday. It's definitely a hump day. It's definitely a hump day because there's not like a whole lot of major energy going on. Like I said, it's building energy. It does kind of feel like a bit of a hump, I will say that. But, we still have some potent energies. They may be a little bit more subtle when it comes to like these asteroids of Juno and Ceres and stuff. But we still do have that moon and Jupiter. So we're going to feel that a little bit more. That's going to be, of course, towards the end of the day, around 7:30ish p.m., if you will, that we're really going to feel that. Well, it starts around 6:30. So yeah, so for about an hour or so, from like 6 to about 8 o'clock, we're going to feel Eastern Standard Time. We're going to really feel that moon here on top of Jupiter, and it's definitely going to want to, like I said, it's going to want us to feel like, all right, we can have this expansive vision, if you will, but there still is a level of practicality to this because it's Taurus, So I think this is about, in the sextile to Saturn. Yeah, we can expand on the dream. We can see the dream. We can, implement it and start to ground it. But there is a practical approach to this still. You know what I mean? So I think we had to remember the practical approach to all this. It's maybe a little bit hard to see the practical approach to all this because we still have all of this water energy with Venus and Saturn and the Sun and Neptune here in Pisces, you know. And then of course we have Chiron and Mercury in the North Node in Aries. So there's when it comes to the practical approach to things, we really only have Taurus to rely on. You know, we really only have Taurus to rely on here. Because if you look at the ruler of Virgo, that's Chiron, or Mercury, if you want to look at it traditionally, they're in Aries. And then the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn, which is in Pisces, right? So that's the thing about this. It's always important to look at, what planet is ruling a sign and where that particular planet is, because it's going to kind of determine the influence of that planet and just how strong it will be. For example, Mars is here in Aquarius, right? So yeah, that's fire meets air. So you think that'll be a good thing, and it can be, but at the same time, we got to look at who rules Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus, which is fallen. So that doesn't necessarily give Mars that great of an energy to deal with. It's the influence. Like if Mars has an issue and wants to call Uranus, Uranus is not really going to be in the best state to talk to Mars right now. You know what I'm saying? Uranus is trying to figure out Taurus land, and it doesn't express itself well there. So that's why this time right now, it can seem a little bit isolating in some areas. It can seem a bit like we're just kind of going through the motions, or we're having to just take things one day at a time, because there are some energies here that aren't necessarily in the best place, if you will. Saturn in Pisces, not necessarily the best place for Saturn, you know. And where's the ruler of Pisces? Well, that's Neptune. Neptune's like right there too. So yeah, in many ways, it can feel like when it comes to that kind of energy, when it comes to career, legacy, purpose, doing the hard work, it's easy to get kind of washed away. It's easy to get distracted right now when you have work to do and you have things to do. It's easy to get distracted. So it does take a little bit more effort right now to really, keep things moving forward in that positive direction and to stay focused on your goals. It takes a little bit more effort right now. And to be easy on yourself, have some grace on yourself. If you happen to fall off the track, if you happen to fall off the path, so long as you recognize it and you observe it and you get back up, then that's all anyone can ask for, So we're gonna see, like I said, that moon's not going to quite get to Uranus. That's going to be more of a tomorrow aspect. If anything, it might hit it like overnight, which yeah, that's what I pretty much said. It's going to hit it pretty much going into the next day. So um, let's go ahead and get into the cards. It's kind of a shorter one today, but that's just kind of the energy of the day. It is going to feel like a bit of a hump day. And I think it's going to be one of those days where people are just sort of like ready to get to the weekend. It kind of just gives me that vibe, if you will. So it's going to be like, this deck really does not like to shuffle very well. I'm going to have to like really break this deck in. This is my newest deck. So to figure out a way to get this thing to shuffle better. Okay, we got one card that just flew out. We're gonna definitely take that one. See, if like 5 or 6 cards fly out, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just reshuffle it. But if it's just one card that flies out, then we're definitely gonna take that card. So, all right, let's see what card that was. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I think we kind of are in like a bit of a preparation mode, kind of waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to drop. While you're waiting for something to drop, you might as well be productive. I think a lot of people are kind of looking at maybe like the government or the elites. And of course, we have like the election here in America, or there's elections happening all over the world, of course. But we're kind of looking at the people that have a lot of influence, I guess, if you will, a lot of power, and we're kind of waiting to see what they're going to do. You might as well be productive in that time. You might as well do something that enhances your spiritual powers, prowess, understanding of the world. You might as well do those sort of things. There's no sense in just waiting around and sitting on your phone, you know, and waiting. We all do this, but you also might as well set aside that time to do something for yourself and not just waiting for the shoe to drop. Because the shoe's going to drop regardless. So you might as well do something in the meantime, right? We have the devil card. Yeah, don't fall for any illusions today. There's going to be illusions of grandeur today. You don't want to just make sure that you're not really falling for those sort of things and, listening to the sweet nothings that the devil may be whispering to you, if you will. So, yeah, let's just, be careful about those sort of things. Like I said, um, I really feel like, we could easily get caught up in just listening to people that we think have our best interest at heart, but they really don't. They're really just there to try to control us and dominate us. That's why I said it's better to just do something productive in the meantime while we're waiting, if you will, because this causes a little bit of anxiety. This causes a little bit of apprehension, just kind of waiting for the battle to start, waiting for the shoe to drop, waiting for the big news that's going to change everything. You might, and like you're like, we're waiting on this, but like no, like we're waiting on the devil to tell us what's going to happen. But no, just do something in the meantime for yourself. We do have the 5 of Cups to round this out. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a bit of a mourning here, just because we're crying over the spilled milk, if you will. There's definitely an element here where we're kind of looking at the past and how things were, and just like, wow, well, can we not take these things with us into the new world? No, no, we can't. But the good thing is that we still have some cups that haven't spilt over, right? We still have some cups that haven't spilt over. Three of them have, but two of them are still standing. So there are some things that we're going to be able to take with us. We're not going to be able to take everything. So let's just appreciate the things that are working out right now in our lives and double down on those and focus on those things, because when we focus on those things, then other opportunities will open up, more cups will come into the fray, and we'll start to feel emotionally better about these situations. But yeah, things are going to fall away. Not everything's going to make it to the new world, and that's okay. It wouldn't be a new world if everything made it to the new world, right? We have listened to the music. Listen to the music. I don't know, maybe something happens today because it's such a quiet day astrologically. Maybe something happens today. Maybe some sort of announcement gets made. Maybe there's some weird thing that happens. But honestly, what I'm feeling is that whatever happens today, if there is a major news event, that it's probably a distraction, especially since I have the devil card here. If there's a major news things that happens today, I don't know what it would be exactly, but if something big happens today that goes like viral and stuff, it's probably a distraction. So listen to the music behind whatever is going on. Be the observer and don't get too washed away by the current today. That's why I said with a day like today, it's probably best to kind of focus on yourself. If something really big happens in the external world that goes viral and everyone starts to pay attention to that, observe it, but don't get washed away in that. Avert your gaze to what's really important, and that is your spiritual development. That's going to do it for your daily astrology forecast today. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. I trust that this message will assist you on your journeys today. If y'all like to have a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to my website, jphoenix.com. And as always, y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful hump day. I will see you all on the next astrology forecast. Peace.